you're a celebrity, you know, and your star starts to slip down, you become very paranoid. We've seen that, haven't we, in all those films, chums, you know, where basically you see the fact that they're no longer the A-lister, all that sort of stuff. And then they start to fall apart because either people aren't buying their records or indeed, you know, looking at things in a different way. That's your problem. And that's really the problem now for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. They're on the slide, whether they realise it or not. You know, you can do the Invictus Games, but whether people will buy into your product. And clearly they haven't, because when you think about it, the polo show should have been a success. I mean, just his name alone a few years back would have got eyeballs to screen. But as I said, Harry's heart wasn't in it. He didn't want to promote it, never mentioned it. There was no, you know, sort of like, here it is, join me tonight. Nothing. Didn't even make really a personal trailer. You know, Meghan at least has had some attempt at a trailer, even though it's been derided, right? But what's fascinating here about this particular situation is now Meghan's paranoia is really coming to the fore. And it's hard to imagine just how bad this is going to get. But this is where it's starting with this particular royal. Let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you. How are you? Are you all right? You know, when I look at things like this, you do kind of make me laugh in a sense, because as I said, working with celebrities, you pick up on their paranoia on a vast level, let me tell you, and they become incredibly paranoid, because it's everybody's fault why things are going wrong, you know. As I said, I worked in the record industry, the theatre industry, the film industry, and if a film's bombed, it's either the critic's fault because you don't get it, even though it's a rubbish film, or if it's the record, well, it's not my fault. You know, I didn't write it, you made me record it. That, you know, it's always the blame game. Now, in the case of Meghan Markle, what's happening now, as you can see, her career is really falling off a cliff. And she has to look at things and think, well, you know, what can I do? Now, one thing that she tried to do a while back was this particular chat. Do you remember the one-to-one in the Karamak outfit or whatever, where she sat down with her chum, the photographer, Misson Harriman, and talked about really everything to do with his career. And he's been a very lucky guy and, you know, got to photograph some wonderful people without, I'm not suggesting, no hard work. But it was this little glitch in there that basically she pointed out that her son, of course, Archie, would like a camera like Misson's, right? And oh no, it's too expensive, but no, he only wanted one like that. And a lot of people were suggesting that perhaps one suddenly might be gifted, and that's exactly how celebrities do it. Mention something and suddenly, hey presto, it pops up. Who forgot the bike that was delivered? Remember, for Prince Archie at the gates of the Montecito mansion. You see how this works. But what was interesting now, apparently according to a source, Meghan believes that this particular imagery, yes, this one with Catherine, the Princess of Wales, looking divine from a distance in the woods, really embracing life after a terrible year that she's had, and of course the remission that she's gone through in her life, as we all know, been a very difficult sort of 12 months for Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Well, this was taken by her youngest son, that's right, Prince Louis. And according to that source, Meghan's now got fixated with the fact that she gave that idea to Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Yes, and as ever, allegedly. This is because she suggested that her son, Archie, wanted to be a photographer. And this now is a way of, well, shall we say, needling back into them, you know. Now, this is the stuff. What I would say to you is this, you know, Catherine loves photography, and I think it's just one of those things that, you know, you see your mum doing it and you think, oh, I'll have a go at that. Apparently he's picked up a camera a few times. She thinks this may be an avenue we might want to go down, but there's no pushing us there. But he took the picture and she liked it and thought she'd share it with the world, like mums do, you know. But according to that source, Meghan Markle believes that that particular chat, that particular reference to her son, and of course him wanting to be interested in photography, well, obviously Catherine, nothing else better to do in this very difficult year that she's had, has thought, oh, I know, this could offend somebody. I mean, how ridiculous does this have to be? But as I've told you before, the situation over in Montecito is if you're ostracized from everybody, that's exactly what she's able to do. And the bottom line is, Harry believes it too, as ever, allegedly. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.